Your daily sports betting podcast for Wednesday, February 11th, brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com. And Joe Duffy's picks continues to roll at OffshoreInsiders.com, 108-75 off another winning night on Tuesday, 3-1-1. And yeah, that line move, a lot of the sharps are betting with us, so we wound up pushing on that LA Lakers game to go over the total. The line did move like crazy. Long-term, consistent clockwork winning is what we are about. Get 2 college basketball and 2 NBA, or just get a bunch of stuff up. Joe Duffy's picks. Probably going to add some steam. Huge card is already up for Wednesday. Joe Duffy's picks at OffshoreInsiders.com. Now here are your news and notes for Wednesday, New York and Orlando. Melo Anthony is doubtful for the Knicks. They're 2-4 without him. By the way, every record we give is against the spread except when we specify over-unders. Now for the Magic, Tobias Harris also doubtful. They're 1-3 minus him, going over 3-4. Solid player. He averages 17.4 points per game and 6.6 boards. Magic 3 games in 4 days. Orlando getting 80% of the public bets, which is pretty big. Normally when we have some of that substantial, it's on a road favorite. As we tell you, the public loves to bet road favorites. But in this case, Orlando, a home team getting a very substantial amount of the bets. But then again, home favorites would be second to road favorites as far as what the public does like to bet. Washington and Toronto. For the Wizards, Bradley Beal is out. They've covered and gone under both since his latest injury. He is averaging 15 points per game. San Antonio and Detroit. Detroit 6-4 since losing Brandon Jennings for the extended period. Spurs 3 games in 4 days. But Detroit is playing back-to-back and 3 games in 4 days. Remember, home dogs, after a shocking 82-119-2 start, are now 32, 15-3. Again, remember what we told you, the public loves to bet those road favorites, and they were doing well for a while, but now the home dogs are coming back. And that same home dog statistic applies to Atlanta and Boston. Home dogs 32-15 recently, excluding pushes. Memphis and Oklahoma City. Memphis back-to-back, 3 games in 4 days. OKC is playing 3 games in 4 days. Sacramento and Milwaukee, the Kings. Darren Tollison is doubtful. They are 1-4 without him, going under all 5. He averages 16.1 points per game and 5.6 assists. Kings are playing back-to-back, 3 games in 4 days, while the Bucks are quite rested. Big rest advantage for Milwaukee. Milwaukee now the top ATS team in the NBA in terms of margin of cover. Pretty good illustration. The recent run, my margin of cover is superior to mere against the spread mark. Now, they are 7-3 against the spread their last 10, but the Sharps would say they're more dominant than that. Their 3 setbacks were by a combined 5.5 points. Hence, their last 10 games, their cumulative plus 6.5 margin of cover. Other people use that term as sweat barometer. Same thing, as 3 of their covers were by 11 points or more. Kings, on the other hand, 2-8 their last 10, 7 by -6 or worse. The Kings have gone under 7 straight by a whopping average of 15.285 points per game. Kings got the worst net rating their last 5 by a wide margin, being outscored by 16.4. Now, the net rating is actually based on points per 100 possession, offensive and defensive compared. So the Kings, based on offensive points per possession, offense and defense, have been the worst team in the NBA by far over the last 5. And that includes the worst offensive efficiency by far at getting only 90.8 points per 100 possessions. So we have free picks on this game on both Milwaukee and the under. So Milwaukee and the game with Sacramento to go under the total, your free picks. Miami and Cleveland, and again, we do want to ask you, especially if you're listening to us on iTunes or Stitcher, if you can give us a 5-star there. We're told that will really help us in searches, get us more exposure. If you're hearing the simulcast on YouTube, please like us. If you're seeing this on a Facebook gambling group, please give a like there. You help us get more exposure. I promise you we're going to continue to give you this free information with free picks each and every day, and the free picks have been winning almost at the same rate as the premium picks have. Miami and Cleveland, the Heat without Dwayne Wade, but they're 7-7-2 minus him, and they've gone under 9 of 7, so nothing significant betting-wise. The odds makers seem to have adjusted well. Though Miami is the number 2 under team, they've actually gone over 3 of their last 4 by a whopping 12.25 points per game. Cleveland over 2 straight by an average of 17 points per game. Indiana and New Orleans, the Pelicans' Anthony Davis is questionable. They're 2-2 without him, going under 3-1. They're 9-6 without Drew Holiday, going under at that same 9-6 rate. They're now without Ryan Anderson, who averages 14.9 points per game and 5.2 boards. So New Orleans, even at best, if their questionable players play, there's still maybe going to be a chemistry issue. Pacers, 3 games, though, in 4 days. Golden State and Minnesota, the Wolves, 3 games in 4 days. The Warriors, neck and neck with Atlanta, is easily the 2 best, most dominant teams in the NBA spread-wise. They were, but now they're 3-6 their last 9, with 5 of those spread setbacks by double digits. So Golden State has plummeted as far as best spread teams are down to number 3, and perhaps a regression to the mean as they've been getting blown out spread-wise lately. As we said, 3-6 their last 9 overall. Minnesota as healthy as they've been all year with Kevin Martin and Ricky Rubio back. Warriors, though, still have the best net rating in the NBA at plus 12.4. That's different than the margin of cover, of course. And the second best in the last 15 at 11.2. So what that does suggest is that the Warriors are just now, the odds makers are forcing you to lay way too many points to bet on the Warriors. Warriors the top public bet today at 83%. Minnesota, by the way, the second worst net rating at minus 10.3, barely behind Philly. But remember, those home dogs, regression to the mean there, 32-15 recent run. Memphis and Oklahoma City, the Thunder, the best net rating in their last 5 games, best net rating in the NBA over the last 5 games at plus 11.7, and that is led by the best offensive efficiency, getting 117.7 points per 100 possessions. Utah and Dallas, Monte Ellis likely to miss his first game this year. He is averaging more than 20 points per game, or actually he's averaging exactly 20 points per game. Remember, they're already minus Rajon Rondo, though they're 3-2 without him, going over 3-2. But Dallas should be very depleted tonight. Lakers in Portland, the Lake Show 3-5-1 since losing Kobe Bryant, going under 5-3-1. Blazers will be rested, hosting the Lakers back-to-back in 3 games in 4 days. Lakers, the second worst net rating over the last 5 games at minus 13.3, so they're starting to miss Kobe even more. Houston and the Clippers, Houston 4-3 without Dwight Howard, going over 4-3. Clippers, though, without Blake Griffin, 1-1 without him, going over both. Houston back-to-back in 3 games in 4 days. Clippers 3 games in 4 days as well, so both of these teams are going to be tired, perhaps, and they're both going to be minus their star center. Clippers' worst defensive efficiency over the last 5 games, allowing a whopping 116.6 points per 100 possessions. Now, for the complete premium card, by the way, the Master Lock line is beyond on fire. Master Lock line is sizzling. Master Lock line is the power. 620 sports services behind every single play you get. Every single play you get. That's why it is the hottest source for winners. It's been another one of those, been winning going back to the score phone days. Remember the old 976 lock days? 1980. Yep. Winning publicly since 1980. The Master Lock line going back to the score phone lock line days. And it's now 100% exclusively at offshoreinsiders.com. www.offshoreinsiders.com.